All right, everyone. Our next mission is clear. We need to contact all the major organizations, explain the situation to the public, and then begin the evacuation.
The residents of Not Krai are quite dispersed. The two most populated areas are the Southern Isles and Pyramida. Miss Lauma, I will leave Hisi Island and Nasha Town in your hands. I will liaise with the Fatui and Pyramida.
Agreed. We will reach out to Natlan and Snezhnaya. Anyone found north of the Experimental Design Bureau should follow the Fatui to Snezhnaya. As for those dwelling south of that line, I will ask the Voynich Guild to help persuade them to leave. Then I, Mr. Varka, and the Frostmoon Scions will escort them to Natlan.
The Voynich Guild has dealings with the Curatorium of Secrets. I will send them a letter vouching for your credibility. Yehoda, you should help Lauma. This is too big of a task for one person.
My wish has come true. You're willingly lending me your most capable employee for the day.
Well, good for you if all this only takes a day. Of course, if it takes any longer, I'll be charging a fee.
Boss, wait! Don't I get a say in this?
Oh, I'm sorry. Something to add, Yehoda?
Well, no one's more important to me than you, boss. And remember how Lauma healed your eyes after that big battle? I think that's worth at least 2 or 3 days' work for the Frostmoon Scions.
Are you completely incapable of acting in your own self-interest? Or do you simply devalue your own labor?
Are you sure you don't want to come with us?
Who will see to our other work if we're all busy evacuating residents? Sandrone insists that Columbina is still alive, and we have a traveler to rescue. There's much to be done.
But boss, I'm just worried that...
Well, Nefer, I'll link up with you once my tasks are complete.
What makes you think I'd need you to do that?
I'll need it. And considering the way you approach certain matters, I think you'll be better off with me present.
That's quite enough. Just focus on your work first.
I bet we're in for an uphill battle here. But we can help out too. Inefa and I are gonna help Nasha Town's residents carry their stuff.
Loading schedule. Store essential local research data and technology samples, then escort the people to Natlan. Understood. I will execute this to the best of my abilities.
Great stuff. Thank you, ladies.
I've contacted the Lightkeepers. A colleague of mine will join us shortly. I will persuade them to conduct a thorough search of the region to ensure that no civilians get left behind.
As for me, I guess I'll be making an early return to Sumeru. I think it's important that someone informs the Dendro Archon of what's going on in Notcry.
Roger that. Someone should inform Mondstadt, too. Mr. Duran, can I trust you to handle that? I think you fly faster than any of us can run. As an added incentive, get there fast enough and I'll see about getting your gliding exam waived.
Really? Ha! Mission accepted, sir!
I intend to stay behind and help Miss Sandrone with her research. She has some alchemy-related questions that she'd like me to explore.
She recognizes your expertise, then. I wish you a fruitful collaboration.
Thank you. In truth, I was surprised to hear her express an interest in subject matter outside of machines.
I believe she has been investigating some Fontanian technology recently. She made a point of bringing the relevant materials with her when she left the Experimental Design Bureau. She's sorting through everything in her room as we speak.
I should mention that we have one other friend who isn't present. He hasn't made his position in all of this clear. But if we know anything about him, he's likely investigating on his own.
Paimon's been very quiet today. But I know how close she and the Traveler are with the Natlanese. She should come with us to the border.
Okay. Paimon will do her best.
Make sure to heed Sandrone's warning. Many of us have been cursed by Dottore. As such, under no circumstances should anyone cross national borders. Remain within Nodcry. That aside, personally I have faith in Columbina. Things look grim, sure, but who knows how it'll play out. Same goes for rescuing the Traveler. Both of them are important allies and friends. We'll be counting on you to gather intel on them, Miss Nefer.
Oh, wonderful. You're all here.
That voice again. Nicole? Whoa, that was loud. And it came out of nowhere. So mysterious.
Sorry, this is the only way I can speak to you all right now. Please accept my apology. Anyway, time is short. I'll cut to the chase. We're still facing quite a catastrophe here at the world's borders. Alice has roped in every Hexen Circle member she can get a hold of. Except for me. She told me I had to come and help you all out as a matter of urgency. I quote, "You love talking, don't you? Well, now it's finally your time to shine. Take these. Make sure the whole party gets one each. You'll be in charge of making sure everyone stays connected."
Huh? Is this a Dodo communication device?
Scanning. Unknown device. Analyzing. Unknown device. Conclusion. Cute. Affirmative. It is cute and good. I believe that I quite like it.
This is no ordinary Dodo communication device. It's my very own special modified version, specifically... Ah, sorry. I almost went off on another tangent there. Anyway, help yourselves. It will allow us to communicate over long distances within Krai. No more worrying about shuttling messages back and forth.
What astounding technology. Am I right in assuming that it relies on your personal abilities to function, Miss Nicole?
Yes, exactly. Right on cue, Albedo. Ah, I'd love to brag to you all about how it all works. But no, next time. Anyway, I'll be right with you all, serving as a communication hub. That's all from me. Head off as soon as you're ready. I'll be staying here to keep watch, and I'll be sending you my blessings.
Ah, Sir Flint. Perfect timing. I just arrived myself.
You are most considerate, Master Ilua. But in fact, I know you have been sitting here for quite some time.
If you saw me, why didn't you say something?
I was curious to see how long you could sit still for. Also, shouldn't you have managed to sense me approaching?
That would be a first. You always seem to appear out of thin air without making a peep. Also, how many times do I have to tell you not to address me as master? I don't qualify.
I beg to differ. Why should a young man so well-versed in social graces as yourself not be worthy of that title?
Please, Lord Flint's... Sir Flint's. I'm begging you, don't flatter me into complacency like you do with everyone else.
You understand me better than most. My newest acquaintances tell me I love complimenting others. What do you think?
I think they don't understand why you do it. You just love puffing people up till they're a big, happy ball of hot air that floats away into the sky.
In all sincerity, I can only hope that they bring good tidings when they come back down to Earth.
Is the situation that bad?
We just held a strategy meeting. Let me fill you in.
In short, we need everyone gone from Pyramida. We also need a team of Lightkeepers to scour the more remote regions of Krai for civilians to evacuate.
I only hope we have enough personnel.
We do. Old Man Nikita will definitely help, and we can recall anyone out on patrol to focus on this instead.
Good. I'm sure you and the others will make short work of this. Now, don't forget, once you've completed this task, make sure you and the rest of the team evacuate to either Snezhnaya or Natlan as well.
Flint's?
If you've got something to say, Master Ilua, why not guess what I'm thinking right now?
You mentioned that you have something else to deal with later. How difficult is it going to be?
I doubt it will be easy.
I know you're a Lightkeeper, and it's your duty to protect others in times of crisis. But I have a feeling that you'll be walking into grave danger. However bad things have gotten in the past, Krai has never faced a mass evacuation before. But from the sounds of it, you don't intend to come with us. I don't mean to pry, and it's probably none of my business. But whatever it is you're intending, you don't have to go through with it, you know.
I've been afflicted with some sort of curse, and I'm told it may well trigger if I set foot outside of Krai. As such, I cannot leave. I have to act, if for no other reason than to fight this curse.
What? No. Why? Why would anyone want to curse you?
There are plenty of people out there willing to trample over others in pursuit of their own goals.
Frankly, Sir Flint, I am furious. You're making light of what is an incredibly serious situation.
Indeed I am. And?
And what? I told you, I'm furious about this.
Nothing I can do about it, I'm afraid. Things happen, and we just have to deal with them. If you find yourself feeling angry, perhaps start by drinking a big glass of water.
Hey, you mean you're completely unmoved by my anger? I'm devastated.
Then allow me to express my sincerest regret. Come by the lighthouse sometime. We'll catch ourselves a few fish, have a little barbecue, play some cards, and bask in the sun.
Maybe I need to spell this out. Lean in a little, Flint.
Oh my, this doesn't bode well.
Word is that you were caught up in a real horror show recently. People were amazed that you returned safe and sound. They've been debating whether you're even human.
I've returned safe and sound from plenty of crises. When you say people, do you mean other people? Or do you just mean you?
Fine. I'll be frank. You're not human, are you?
Heavens. Now that's a horrifying thought.
You know what? Forget it. We'll revisit this once it's all over.
A sound plan. Albeit a little ominous sounding.
Just promise me you'll come back in one piece, all right?
For you, Master Ilua. How could I refuse? Also, please pass my regards on to our colleagues. Tell them, thank you all for your assistance. Please put safety first as you proceed with the operation.
I have to keep searching for a path toward reality. This should do it. The last 2 times I tried to influence reality in this space, it consumed a lot of Kuvaki. I'll try and be more careful this time. I need to leave key clues behind using less power. I hope everyone still remembers what I said on Moon Prayer Night.
Nothing here either. Flints?
Ah, Miss Nefer.
What are you doing here?
I just spoke with Itlua about arrangements for the search and came for a walk nearby. As for you, why would... Huh. It appears we think along similar lines. And neither of us likes to accept things at face value.
As well as figuring out how to gather intel on the Traveler, I wanted to confirm some of my own suspicions. Also, we'll need to bring a lot of force to bear against Dottore, even if we're only looking to rescue the Traveler. We can't leave anything to chance. You don't think Columbina perished either, do you?
I'm merely considering the possibility that she survived, just as you are. How much can we really know about a deity like her anyway?
Do you remember what she said on Moon Prayer Night? About using moonlight to send messages to us?
Of course. I think that's why we're both here.
Where have you checked so far?
I've been focusing on the outdoors. Anywhere the moonlight shines. I checked most of Nasha Town, but didn't find anything.
I checked the Curatorium of Secrets, and a few rooms where I thought I might find some leads. But no luck here either. The only places I haven't looked yet are the rooms in the flagship. But process of elimination isn't the only thing that brought me here.
Oh, really? What's your other reason?
After all that build-up, our mystery ally never showed up even once!
Huh? Am I imagining things? Come on, let's see what's going on.
Oh no. I knocked over a vase as soon as I came in. It must have been caused by a Kuvaki fluctuation when I entered the space. Although, it seems like I'm not about to be pulled away this time. It looks like as long as I'm careful with my actions, it doesn't count as influencing reality. Anyway, is this the flagship? The Traveler mentioned that's where he was staying. I only went into the lobby last time, so I've never actually been here before. How does this space work? If nothing else, I can now be sure that it is not simply memory. He mentioned where his room was. I think it's... this one. The door is closed. But if this is anything like when I disappeared, then maybe... I'm in. He and Paimon aren't here at the moment. I hope he's okay. I wonder what happened to him after that battle with Dottore. Best not to dwell on that for now. I need to try and leave them some clues. Please, Traveler. I really hope you find this.
Huh. Just a cat.
Nothing else here strikes me as noteworthy.
Didn't you stay here for a couple of nights once?
Before Rarir showed himself, yes. It's also where the Traveler and I first met.
Did you notice anything unusual during your stay?
I remember thinking how much noisier the flagship is at night compared to the graveyard. Other than that, no. The Traveler and Paimon were most congenial neighbors.
This is where they've been staying, yes? Over here?
That's right.
I wouldn't usually condone breaking and entering, but we can make it up to them later.
Focus now. I have to write a message on the wall using Kuvaki, just like I said on Moon Prayer Night. Simply open your windows on nights when the moon shines bright.
and the moonlight will naturally flow towards the words I have written. Here goes. I'll need to carefully control my strength. There's a noise outside the door. Is he back? Please, you have to see these words.
Well, do you sense anything?
Unfortunately, no.
And this place was our last chance.
Not necessarily. We've only looked in Nasha Town so far. Miss Columbina said she would leave messages at her friends' dwellings. It's still worth checking where Miss Lauma lives and where I live.
Let's try and make some time to look into those then. Wait.
What are you waiting for?
Oh, Paimon might have overeaten slightly. What's that look for? This is a victory feast. It's normal to eat a little more than usual.
The Traveler in Paimon. It's really you. But why are they talking about a victory feast?
Huh. You worried Paimon sick while you were out there fighting Rerir. So this is your chance to make it up to her, alright?
Wait. So this is the night after the battle against Rerir. How did I end up here? That's quite a long time ago now. Wait. Time. That's it. Every time I've entered reality within this space, it's been at an earlier point in time. Every one of those points has been before I fell into the moon's reflection. And everything I've done to affect reality really did happen in the past. Does this mean that within the moon's reflection, time flows backwards? Starting from the moment I fell in?
Not long till Moon Prayer Night now. It's gonna be even livelier than tonight. Although, it's gonna be sad saying goodbye to the damselette. She seems like a really nice person.
Paimon. No, I can't. Even if I make contact, they probably won't understand what's going on. And in any case, I'll likely get pulled away again if I do. Instead, I have to find a way to get them to notice what I've written using the moonlight. Wait. Even I hadn't thought of doing that before Moon Prayer Night. They'd never conceive of that possibility. Is there truly no other way?
Don't lose heart. We'll find a way somehow.
Huh?
Oh, you say that, but the Frost Moon is beyond the fall sky. If we wanted to go visit her, how would we make it through to the other side?
We might not have all the answers now, but I'm sure we'll find a way one day.
Huh. Guess someone's gotta be the optimist.
The present. The future. That's right. There are still things I can do.
What's your plan?
Flint's, when you were staying next door, did you ever open the window?
No. The rooms here are dark and damp. and there's such a buildup of dust on the windows that the moonlight can't even get in. I didn't think it was worth the trouble.
The moonlight.
I think I see where you're going. One moment. I'll see if the owner is available.
Don't bother. Time is of the essence.
Time. Even if no one sees what I've written at this moment, maybe someone will remember what I said after Moon Prayer Night. I need to write down as much information as I can. And maybe one day...
Huh? What's up with you? You can't even hold your cup steady. Are you getting tired?
A little.
Well, you should probably hit the hay then. You've had a really tough couple of days for you.
You truly have. You helped defeat Rerir, helped me reclaim my name, and you helped the others organize Moon Prayer Night. Wherever you are right now, I'm sure you're still fighting against the injustices of fate. This is all I can leave for them. How I wish I could stay here, but it's time for me to go. I hope to see you again in the next time, and if the opportunity presents itself.
I will surely return to your side.
Huh.
Columbina. She's alive.
Not only that, but she's left us an entire wall's worth of clues. She even wrote down what would happen on Moon Prayer Night. It's just a shame we found it too late.
I am here. Time in this place flows backwards. I am constantly moving forward.
It sounds like she's found a way to influence the past using Kuvaki. But her future is our past.
So, these words have been here ever since we defeated the Reihir of Solnari. We just never discovered them. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Do you ever mull over questions like that?
Only when I'm in a good mood, and at leisure.
Well, I never do. Everything that has happened already belongs to the realm of fact. As a business person, and especially an intel broker, what I do is extrapolate from those facts to try and read the future.
An admirable philosophy.
It's a means of survival. Let's go. We have a wall's worth of clues to share with the others.
It appears that the doctor's energy signature has changed to something similar to Kuvaki, but not like the Kuvaki we're used to. Not Krai's Kuvaki devices will only have a limited effect on it. I can see why you've chosen to place your hopes in alchemy instead. Also, I must say these books are rather profound.
My subordinates just shipped them in from Fontaine. Some of them are from the Narcissenkreuz Ordo. Some are incident reports from Petrichor, and then there's a few test reports for these junk machines. Additionally, after some further scanning, I've discovered something extremely annoying.
What's that?
Tevat's skies contain multiple moons. A long time ago, when I did my first scan, I detected 3, just as the legends say. But when I checked again just now, I detected 4 moons.
So there's one extra?
Yeah. Originally, I thought that if I could still find 3 moons, that would at least mean Columbina's still alive. But then it occurred to me that apart from the Frost Moon, Tevat's moons are just husks. And husks surely shouldn't show up in the scan. since they're not alive. It's weird, isn't it? If we can't even distinguish between a dead and a living moon, how are we supposed to know whether a moon goddess is still alive? Or does this mean that the moon marrows are equivalent to the moons themselves?
It's certainly possible. In which case, the fourth moon you detected may be Dottores' artificial creation.
So he wasn't bluffing. He really built his own moon marrow. Ugh! I'm so mad right now!
It's easy to get overwhelmed when you have too much on your plate. Maybe you need to relax. Perhaps try going for a walk. Or simply take a few deep breaths.
Nothing can calm me down at a time like this. I need more time, and I need progress.
It's Mr. Flynn's.
I really hate that ringing tone. Ugh. First the 4 orthants of the Narcissenkreuz, then moon marrows. Now what?
Oh, sorry if we're disturbing you. Might I ask what's troubling you?
What do you want? We're busy.
Are you still at the Curatorium of Secrets?
Yeah. Look, everyone else is still out, so there's no hurry. Plus, I'm busy, so I would appreciate if you gave me some space.
Even though we have crucial intel to share?
Fine. I'm listening.
Do you intend to share it via the Dodo communication device?
Ordinarily, I would, but this is a unique situation. I think it's best that we discuss it in person. See you at the Curatorium.
All right, then. So, what's the situation?
The rest of the team is still out working on their missions and evacuations, but we've decided to fill you in on the most crucial information first.
Sandrone, you were right. Columbina is most likely still alive.
That's the best news we've received in a while. By a long way.
Random locations. Appearing in reverse order? Are you serious? So not dying isn't enough for the moon goddess, huh? She has to show off too. Anyway, does this mean we can deduce her condition from the moon marrows?
Miss Androne, there's nothing wrong with simply admitting that you're happy to hear the good news.
I'm not. And she's the least of our problems. We're facing a huge crisis. If she can't control the flow of time in there, she's just gonna keep moving backwards. Different points in time won't intersect, and she'll never find a way out.
Let's say life begins with a drop of water. When did time begin? The moment this planet came into being? No, that's not right. Her final destination would be the moment at which the space she is in was created.
But it doesn't seem like we can influence that space from the outside world. So how can we help her? Also, if she's alive, Rerir and Thalindis might be too. But as far as we know, neither of them have come back out. That space may not have an exit at all.
I'm afraid I must concur with Miss Nefer in this.
Can't exactly argue with that. Let's leave it there for now. I've taken notes on everything you said.
Will it help with your research?
I doubt it's gonna help with breaking Dottores' energy fields. But who knows when it might come in handy. Better to have it all written down than try to remember everything when I need it. All right, I need to get back to my research. Mr. Albedo has made a lot of suggestions that will require my undivided attention.
Sure, I'll stay here. I have things to work on. Paimon, are you there? Oh, right. She went with Varka to Natlan, didn't she? Good thing we've moved her and the Traveler's luggage in here. Speaking of the Traveler, where could they be? There's a note from Paimon.
Paimon here!
at the moment, but if anyone needs to borrow her stuff or the Travelers, go ahead and help yourself. Paimon won't be mad. Also, Traveler, if you get back before Paimon, make sure to get some rest. Paimon misses you a lot, but put your health first, alright?
How sweet. Well, since you offered, Paimon, don't mind if I do. This is the Traveler and Paimon's luggage. All the items they use day to day are here. It's well organized. I wonder which of them is responsible for that. What do we have here? The camera captured a special moment that can only occur between people who are close to one another. You can really sense how the photographer feels about their subject. I wonder why this picture was placed outside. Is it because Paimon recently looked at it? This must belong to the Traveler. Perfect. I'll use this. Hang in there. We'll find you.
Colonia. Search keyword world formula and bring me all relevant books. Let's see. This one is on Tonki's sermon dictation concerning the apocalypse. I believe that the correct term for this is Fortuna. This was an ancient Remorian technology, a wisdom unparalleled. I never imagined that Remorian ideas would be so similar to the diagram I have named, the world formula. This is strong evidence that human civilization should gradually shed possibilities as it continues to explore and evolve. The end of humankind may well be upon us right now. The sparks of civilization shall run out, unless we consider introducing variables from outside the system. Variables. Surely that can only mean one thing. Descenders? Dottore likely captured the Traveler because of his descender status. But the Three Moons' authority comes from the world itself. Why would Dottore need anything beyond that? Where does this variable factor in? The world formula calculates the fate of an entire world. Introducing a variable would therefore give us... Polonia. Search keyword pathway and bring me all relevant books. Otonki sermon dictation. Explications on the chemical marriage. These titles are pretty esoteric. Observe and compute the pathway displayed in the guidance diagram. Deconstructing and reversing its effects could generate potential ideas. So, it's one of Renee's draft lectures. Deconstructing the pathway. I suppose that could lead to a breakthrough. This is so long. This guy sure loves showing off his knowledge. Polonia, Search keyword tree model and bring me all relevant books. Most of the experimental devices proposed by the Lilia Crucis Ordo are built based on the simple and basic logical structure of a tree model. Lilia Crucis. Guess they were trying to cover up the name of the Narcissenkreuz Ordo? When Duke St. Germanus departed, he said, "It seems that there's no going back." Alas, he is only a genius when it comes to machines. In all other things, he is but ordinary. Excuse me? I'm sorry. That's just ridiculous. What kind of book is this? Great Detective Herlock, the Alchemist and the Clockwork Saint? Isn't this a novel? Come on. Still, the author swears that they knew Renee well. Whatever. I guess it's not beyond the realms of possibility that Renee would say nonsense like that on occasion. Memory, wishes, souls, and persona. Frankly, this sounds more like occultism, but if Albedo vouches for it, I suppose there must be some alchemical basis to these techniques. The way Alain Guillotin saw it, the world was comprised of machines. The universe needed machines, and thus his technologies were created. That's why I was born. René, his full name was René de Petrichor, if I recall correctly. Sounds like he and the town must be intricately connected. That place was also the source of most of our information regarding Remurian civilization. Seems like some of his projects were based on their technology. The cutting of souls and storing them in vessels. These seemingly unrelated techniques underpinned René's research. Assuming that the four orthants correspond to alchemical categories. The chemical marriage model? Alain would have scoffed at that. He never would have let those theories or parameters anywhere near his mathematical formulas. What was Alain's view on René? I know he mentioned the name, albeit very rarely. Oh, now I remember. Alain's old notes are here too. They mentioned René once. René seemed most out of sorts when he spoke to me. A lack of sweet foods has dulled his mind, I should think. Either way, his words are not to be believed. Yep, that sounds like Alain. My subordinates actually did a half-decent job digging out all these materials. Makes a change. Good for them. Some of Alain's old files are completely consistent with these records. He must have gotten them from the Tower of Gestalt. I never knew he got his hands on René's records that early. He may have kept them, but he never even attempted to use them. Didn't believe a word they said. Come to think of it, René's world formula was filled with calculations of constants. That shows he believed that the fate of the world to be predetermined. As for Alain... it's been too long. I forget what he said. What would he have said? A guy like him, fervent believer in machines, but not headstrong enough. The world can be changed. It is worth persevering. Yes, that's how he used to think at least. He created that procedure to save this world. Yet the scale of the world's fate proved too enormous. The result was beyond his ability to calculate. He died having never seen the outcome. And there I was, left behind in the ashes of his dreams. Did you really never take a close look at René's research? Or did you read it but deem his philosophy incompatible with your model? The very thought of trying to incorporate his ideas probably made you feel sick to the stomach. Well, don't worry, because there's a whole new category of lunatic in town. Next to Dottore, every other madman looks sane. You once asked me what I wished for. Should have asked him instead. He's the one pining for things you'd sooner die than witness. Even the tiniest variable can make big waves in the present. Now then, allow me to put these incompatible fragments together in your stead. First, establish and verify the existence of the Great Circle. Absolute nihil on one end, absolute reality on the other. Now, search between these two extremes. Then, the construction criteria. Variables. The sparks of civilization shall run out unless we consider introducing variables from outside the system. Input variables. Traverse the world, space-time, and civilization. Then extract the essential nodes from the records to determine which variables they point to. The primordial power that differentiated itself from the void. The power of light. Yes, light. Records. Hyperborea. This is so horrendously complicated. After all that, I'm still missing a few variables. I need to think this through again. How do you think it looks, Polonia? Like the frenzied scrawlings of a madwoman? Fine, keep it to yourself. It's not like you can talk anyway. I'll assume you gave it a passing grade. I jest. But true madness does often start with trying to save the world. What would Arlecchino and Columbina think if they saw this incomprehensible hen scratch? They'd probably have me institutionalized. So would Rosaline. She's been dead for a while now. When I close my eyes and think back, I can still see her face. And that enormous dress she used to wear. Such a bizarre choice. What possessed her? Oh, and the clack-clack of those heels used to drive me insane. No one's asking me, obviously, but I hope you all know that I never wanted to save the world. I'm not crazy. I don't have delusional ambitions, and that's a clinical fact. The world needs a solution, but I don't need the world's validation. It's the world begging me for answers, not the other way around. Oh, cookies to go with the tea. Let's see. They must be from that person who brought those documents. I see they're from Hotel de Boer. Something's written on the box. We are proud to present this homage to the Fortress of Meropede's fun-filled mill collection system. Fortune cookies. Have a lucky start to your day. Sounds like a dumb gimmick to me. Be early to bed and early to rise. Get plenty of sun and drink plenty of water. Then things will surely go well for you. What? Are you kidding me? Somehow I doubt that an early night and a glass of water is magically gonna save a world on the brink of existential peril.
Lady Arlecchino, word has reached us that Lady Marionette's troops are all in position. They are ready to act as soon as the order is given.
Excellent.
The only thing is, they are fewer in number than we expected. It looks like many of them must have lost their lives at the hand of the monsters released by the Doctor.
Can't be helped. Allow them to join our ranks, and keep in contact.
As you wish.
It's been a while, Arlecchino. You look well. Did Dottore really have to build his lab right on the sole path between Snezhnaya and Krai? Had to go on a huge detour to stay out of its line of sight.
Sounds like an arduous journey. I assume you've brought word from Her Majesty?
Of course, all part of the job. Firstly, the Tsaritsa has authorized Fatui Internal Affairs to review Dottore's case. They will reach a formal verdict on whether he has turned traitor and whether he poses a threat to Snezhnaya. While they're working on that, I've been ordered to come and receive the refugees from Krai.
They are nearby. My team will escort you to them shortly.
Great. Aside from that, Her Majesty has a message for you and Sandrone personally. Huh? Where is Sandrone?
She stayed behind to work since I was making the trip anyway. It seemed sensible to have one person on standby at base while the other came out to meet you.
All right, guess that's just how she rolls. In that case, tell her that the Tsaritsa's decree this time is pretty awesome sounding. I think she'll like this one. Still, I wonder what... Wait, what's that? Did one of our troops turn into a monster?
Take him out. Laid bare.
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt. You've gotten stronger, Arlecchino. Nice.
Stop that right now. I appreciate the praise, but I am not fighting you today.
I knew it. I can't believe it. He was a living, breathing human one moment, and the next?
Another fine piece of work by our dear colleague, I'm afraid.
What in the world has been going on in Krai?
A lot. But long story short, Dottore stole 2 moon marrows that should have belonged to Columbina, then built a 3rd moon marrow of his own to concentrate the Trilunar Authority in his hands.
What? What do you mean he built a moon marrow? People build roads and houses, not moon marrows. What's his next DIY project? He's gonna build a god?
You could stand to be less surprised. We are harbingers. The work we are engaged in makes the creation of gods seem mundane by comparison. I tell everyone who asks that you once crossed swords with Rex Lapis while serving as a key supporter for Rosaline's plan. But right now, you're acting like a common adventurer.
Thanks for speaking up for me. Those 2 really took me for a ride back then. Then again, surely no common adventurer would manage to get tangled up with them the way I did. That's gotta count in my favor, right?
It almost sounds like you wish to repeat the experience. I might have to lower my opinion of you.
No. I'll stop talking. Please, go on.
Dottore is currently still experimenting with his newfound power in ways that continue to corrode the outside world. As for the human mutation, I believe this is simply a consequence of his experiments, and not a strategic move. That radiant beast was once a subordinate of Sandrone's. I suspect he was only allowed to live so that he could become an experimental subject. Also, those of us who fought Dottore have been afflicted with a curse. As such, I cannot leave Krai.
This is so much worse than I thought. No wonder Her Majesty's decree is so extreme. While these exceptional circumstances persist, the Harbingers are hereby authorized to use unilateral executive powers. Should Dottore pose a threat, Arlecchino and Sandrone are permitted to eliminate him.
My thanks to Her Majesty. I will pass these good tidings on to Sandrone.
Her Majesty has also declared that she will refrain from launching an attack on the now evacuated Nod Krai due to the presence of unretrieved research material.
A wise decision.
By the way, how's my old partner doing? I'm assuming they're with you?
Partner? You mean the Traveler? I'm afraid I have bad news. He was captured after our failed assault in Dottoro's lab. His whereabouts are currently unknown.
What? Why? Since when does Dottore have a bone to pick with him?
That is indeed the question. I'm not sure he does. He must have some other goal in mind.
This won't do. I have to rescue him.
You can't. We have no idea where the Traveler is.
What am I supposed to do then? Stand here twiddling my thumbs?
Sandrone is working on it. The best thing you can do right now is complete your mission.
Fine. I guess I'll leave this to you then.
One last thing. Tell the Rooster to get the message out to the gods and citizens of every nation in Tevat. Beware. An uncontrollable pollution is spreading forth from Nod Krai. The source of that pollution is a madman drunk on the success of his experiments. The Fatui and our allies will endeavor to contain the threat. However, if Nod Krai falls, things are likely to escalate. Considering Dottore is one of our own, all Fatui stationed in Nod Krai consider it our duty to stay and fight him to the bitter end. Whatever the cost.
Hey, don't be too pessimistic. If it comes to it, I'm sure Her Majesty won't stand by and do nothing.
I hope you're right.
You're right on time.
Thanks. Hey, do you think I'll get that gliding exam exemption? I made sure I was on my best behavior in Mondstadt. I landed well outside the city and walked in through the gates.
I'll help you apply, don't worry. For now, let's see what we have here.
What are the doctor's energy fields even made from? The usual attract and repel principles that govern Kuvaki don't seem to apply to them.
They are very mysterious, but ultimately, they appear to be comprised of energies from the three realms. Thanks to research by Master and the Hexen Circle, we know that Tevat's 7 elements are derived from the more primordial power of the Light Realm, which is antagonistic with the power of the Void Realm. Since you have the power of the Dragon Durin within you, I'm sure you can already tell that this energy field contains no abyssal energy.
That's true. It's not abyssal energy, it's something pure, wild, and untamed.
I've been thinking about something. Do you still remember the device that Dory supplied from the Academia when you and Miss Columbina fought Rarier? That was one of the most marvelous feats of ingenuity I've ever seen. The design, the craftsmanship, the material selection. I couldn't fault any of it. Not to mention the operating principles. Surely the most ingenious feature of all. Dory didn't go into detail on how it functions, but I have a working theory. The clue was that Miss Columbina was somehow able to use the pyro energy that you provided, despite the fact that, as a moon goddess, she should only be able to use Light Realm energy in principle. Now, all elemental energy is, of course, derived from Light Realm energy to begin with. Hence, I suspect that the device works by restoring elemental energy to its original state. This presumes a theoretical model of the 7 elements akin to that of light refracted through a prism. Perhaps it is no mere analogy. Maybe there is indeed a prism in this model. I almost wonder if the idea for the device was conceived based on direct observations of said prism. It would explain how such an ironclad design concept was achieved. It is at once a masterwork of engineering and a groundbreaking application of the Academia's latest elemental theories. I suspect only Lesser Lord Kusanali herself could have devised such an ambitious technology. But back to the energy field before us. If this is pure light realm energy, its relation to elemental energy is one of integration versus division. Or you could say that the former contains the latter. Could this mean that elemental energy can dilute the power of the light realm?
Should we give it a try?
We should.
Ha! It works!
Clear signs of disruption were detected at the periphery of the energy field. This indicates that elemental energy can disturb or even negate the field. Now you try.
All right, here goes. It's working!
Switch to abyssal energy and attack again. No surprises there. Abyssal power drains the energy field to a significantly greater extent. I now feel confident in asserting that the energy field is indeed pure light realm energy, and that elemental energy can dilute it.
But the energy field is huge. How much elemental energy will it take to neutralize it?
We don't have to neutralize it completely. We can try other approaches. That's all for theory. Would you like to continue watching?
So you knew I was here?
Huh? When did you get here?
A while ago. But Albedo sounded like he was working on his thesis defense back there. Back in Sumeru. You can end a person's whole career by interrupting them mid-speech.
Very thoughtful of you. I'm truly touched. Could I ask you to lend me a hand?
With what?
A little test. Try using Animo to unleash a concentrated assault with circular blades, with the goal of breaking through at a singular point.
Nice! This time it tore through the field.
Tremendous. This is a major breakthrough.
Should we go through?
We probably shouldn't risk having mutually antagonistic energies in such close proximity. Durin, you stay here and watch the entrance. Hat Guy and I will go in to investigate.
Sounds sensible to me. Keep your eyes peeled, Durin.
Don't worry, I got this. You two be careful in there. Just give me the signal if you need help, and I'll dive right in.
What do you mean, signal?
It's based on a new alchemical concoction I developed last month. When 2 bottles of it are smashed on the ground together, they emit a blinding burst of light. If it comes to that, remember to shield your eyes with your hat.
Glad I asked. Thanks for the heads up.
Like I thought. Beyond a certain distance, we can't see the opening where we came in. Maybe that's to prevent people from escaping.
Sounds like Dottore style to me. Not much has changed. Things are basically the same here as they were before the energy field appeared.
They have no heartbeats and they're not breathing. We can only assume they're dead. But there are no visible wounds. Also, there's an animal squatting next to each body.
It's watching us. That's not an animal's gaze.
What are you trying to tell us?
Doesn't seem eager to talk. I guess maybe it's just an animal after all.
Let's keep looking around.
The wind rises.
Same situation everywhere. Not a living soul in sight. Just countless bodies with animals standing watch over them.
Well, I think we can safely rule out the possibility that they're all pets.
Is skirting around the topic your way of showing consideration for other people's feelings?
Just being cautious. I don't doubt that you can handle the truth.
Careful.
Please. Help us. Please.
Over there. I hear a voice.
The wind rises.
Please. Help us.
What happened here?
I don't know. Suddenly, everyone collapsed. Then my line of sight got lower. I still have some of my senses left. I gotta get out of here.
It looks like there's a huge experiment going on inside this energy field. Maybe each energy field is its own giant experiment. Vile.
He's swapping human minds with those of animals. Even without the other circumstances, this would be an extremely radical experiment. Those people may have lost their sense of selves, but they are not fully animals either. If they were, they would have left. But instead, their instincts are driving them to remain by their dead bodies.
We should go. No sense in sticking around here longer than we need to.
Agreed.
You're back! Everything okay?
We saw some things that take a strong stomach. Otherwise, we're fine.
We should share our findings with the others.
Yes? Who is it?
Miss Nefer, it's me, Albedo. We found a way to break through the energy fields. With enough control, it's possible to tear them open using elemental energy. Also, we managed to take a look inside. Dottore is carrying out his cruel experiments on an immense scale. Any residents who have failed to evacuate in time will likely meet a grisly end.
Sounds like he's living down to our expectations.
Might I ask how things are proceeding on your end?
I'm just about to get started. I'll be in touch once I have a result.
Understood. Stay safe.
I will.
Well, Nefer, I'll link up with you once my tasks are complete.
What makes you think I'd need you to do that?
I'll need it. And considering the way you approach certain matters, I think you'll be better off with me present.
Let's begin. Entering simulation mode. A vast wasteland. Is this the Traveler's inner world? I was expecting something more vibrant, to be honest. Wait, someone's there.
What are you looking at? In that case, I'll look at it with you. I want to know all about everything you've seen and experienced. Is there somewhere I should return to? Or should I stay here and be the hero everyone says I am? I don't dislike my current life. Roaming the land, fighting battles, accomplishing missions, earning a living, looking after Paimon. It's not so bad. I guess the only thing that's missing is that you're not here with me.
This is the conscious layer, which contains a person's true feelings. It is filled with both longing and kindness.
I suppose anyone who lives long enough ends up wishing for someone who can't be there. Maybe it's the only way we can feel truly alive.
Time to delve a little deeper.
Nasha Town is hardly the optimal choice for a place to live, but it has character and a reasonable population density.
What are you trying to say?
Oh, don't be nervous. I was just thinking where might make a good starting point for your journey. Perhaps I should send you further afield. Conria, perhaps.
Conria ceased to exist long ago.
Once again, you fail to understand the possibilities that the Tri-Lune creates. Anything that has existed in the past, I can now recreate. You simply do not wish to see that happen. That might be because you miss your sibling and fear getting answers that you are not ready to learn. But this is not for me to judge. If we are to collaborate, we need to maintain an amicable relationship. In a moment, you will be able to...
Oh no.
What are you... What are you gonna do?
Don't move. Something unwanted has crept into... Oh? Gone as quickly as it came.
Did you save me?
If I hadn't cut the connection, Dottore might have caught you from the other side and destroyed you. This was a good idea, but once is plenty. You were exceptionally brave. Excellent work.
Thanks, but now's not the time for that.
Albedo speaking.
I think I know where he is.
What is this endless darkness? I can't see anything, even though my eyes are wide open. But why? What happened?
Ah, sorry about that. I take it you didn't notice. Just now, a friend of yours took a little peek into your mind.
Could it be Nefer? How did she do it? Did she use something as a medium to connect to me?
Do you think she's aware of your current circumstances? Oh dear. Have I stunned you into silence? I only wanted to slow down your time a little so I could stop your intruder in her tracks. It would have been nice to capture the spy. I must say, I'm finding the ability to adjust the flow of time rather intriguing. The moment you closed your eyes, time seemed to grow impossibly viscous, didn't it? A whole month passed before you opened your eyes again, but only for you. No one else was affected. I dare say this is something only a god can achieve.
Point taken. You've proven once again that you have god-tier powers.
Oh, you misunderstand. This wasn't about proving a point. I was testing things out. I find I learn best by doing, and I have to admit, time is not the easiest dimension to control. I only wanted to make you sleep for a short while, but it ended up lasting a whole month. Clearly some finesse is required to wield the authority over time as I wish. I hope you're not angry with me. It was only a month's discrepancy, nothing too serious. Had I been off by a year, a decade, or even a century, that would have been quite a different story.
You could have frozen me for millions of years. So much for collaboration. You aren't showing much sincerity.
Millions of years? To what end? I wonder if you don't understand humans all that well. They are very pragmatic creatures who understand only that which they can perceive with their senses. If I had you sit here for a week, I imagine people might sympathize. But if I left you here for 100, 1,000, or 10,000 years, the sheer size of that number would cause it to lose all meaning to them. They would not have the capacity to comprehend your suffering, and thus they could not empathize. Unfortunately, while gods do exist in Tevat, it is ordinary humans that account for most of the population. Their lifespans are so limited, their bodies so fragile. Did you ever really hope that they could begin to understand someone like you? Your long life and unique origins make you fundamentally different from them. How long will it be before they start to treat you like the alien you are? Before you are ostracized, outcast?
Alien?
Even I feel bad for you sometimes. This world has made you into a slave. So many times you have served its will, and not once have the powers that be ever thought to grant you the one simple thing you wish for. You have been treated most unfairly. I can change that. I will grant you special privileges and give you back the status you rightly deserve as a descender.
I've entered the past 3 times at this point, but I still have so many questions. For instance, beyond each point being further back in time than the last, what determines the specific locations at which I can make entry? So far, the common thread linking all 3 scenarios is that the Traveler has been present, but it's more than that. I know I sensed something familiar around him. What was it? I'll keep this question in mind as I carry on.
Humans, you never change. Always trying to use powers you neither comprehend nor control.
This looks like Star Sand Shoal. Was this before Rerir regained his physical form?
You've messed with the cannon again, huh? Sorry, but this round's not gonna go your way.
The cannon. That's right. I was at Silvermoon Hall and I sensed an abnormal Kuvaki fluctuation coming from Nasha Town. And right after that, came an ominous power emanating from Star Sand Shoal.
My body was once torn into countless pieces and hurled into the swirling chaos of time itself. But even so, my life and will were not extinguished.
I wonder if I could try to prevent his resurrection. But how would I do it? What can I do, here and now?
Traveler! Behind you! Look at that light!
No, I won't make it in time. He's using the Kuvaki shield, like I taught him. Is he going to use it to block the cannon's beam? He's strong. I'm sure he can manage. But the force released when the beam impacts the shield might lead to collateral damage. Easy Island. The Frostmoon Scions will be exposed to lethal levels of Kuvaki.
A question, if I may. Kind Miss Columbina. When the cannon's Kuvaki beam was deflected earlier, I saw several bolts of energy streak toward Hisi Island, only to be blocked. Did you also have a hand in that?
Maybe that really was me after all. Well, future me. but I don't know if I have enough power left.
Sigi sato pasa sais, niti ipotovtos.
There's no time.
Osestikos paratin tirantu risuiku, topir to aithion feraton.
I have to make it. Oh, Frost Moon. Oh, great land. Oh, slumbering moonlight of Not Krai. If you can hear me, if you can sense my call, then please, heed me once more! Did it work?
Hey, wake up. Hey, did you hear me? Call him, Bina. I said wake up, now!
Oh, good morning, Sandrone.
It's 3 in the afternoon, actually. And could you kindly not use my quarters as your personal nap room next time?
But I feel so safe here. And your coffee, right? It's so bitter, but it smells lovely.
It's like you were raised by wolves in a forest or something. What did you drink growing up? Grass tea?
The Frost Moon Scions certainly led a more frugal existence than the Fatui.
Then I'll bet you've never eaten one of these before.
It smells delicious.
That's because it's a Fontanian recipe. I had a little free time today, so I made a batch. Rosaline will be here shortly, but if you really can't wait, I guess you can go ahead and... Hey, at least let me finish before you start eating! Did the Frost Moon Scions not teach you basic table manners? Or did the rules not apply to you because you're the high and mighty moon goddess?
These are so tasty.
Of course they are. I made them.
I was worried they might contain traces of machine oil.
What? You know, there's something I've always wanted to ask you. Why did you leave your old home and join the Fatui? I mean, I'm sure their food was awful. But there's gotta be more to it than that.
Well, life there didn't go quite how I imagined.
What were you expecting? You're a god. Your followers are gonna make some demands of you, right? Surely you can just answer a few prayers here and there in return for the free food and drink. How bad can it be?
Well, would you help other people just for free food and drink? The doctor told me that you were created by a great mechanic, Lord something Fisher.
The Lord Artificer. Ugh, some people can't keep their mouths shut.
Oh, Lord Artificer. And didn't he have something to do with the, narcissist?
Narcissenkreuz Ordo.
Yes, that was it. Narcissenkreuz Ordo. So, would you try to fulfill their wishes?
You must be joking. I wouldn't go even if they paid me. I don't even know them.
Exactly. Well, I felt the same way. I did not know the people who made demands of me.
Huh. What do you know? We're on the same page for once. In his later years, Alan did ask me if there was anything I wanted to do. If I had any wishes of my own. Well, I don't. And I'm not in any mood to fulfill someone else's either.
Who's Alain?
He was the... You know what? Never mind. You're not gonna remember. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, neither of us is the self-sacrificing type. Let me ask you this. What sort of place would you like to live in, if you could choose?
A place where people don't ask me for things I cannot give them. Where they don't worship me, or fear me, but just want to chat with me like a normal person. I'd also like the freedom to come and go as I please. And ideally, it would be somewhere with the smell of coffee and snacks.
Not to burst your bubble, but no such place exists in the world. Now, take your snacks and scram.
Did I pass out? Of course. I'm back here again. I dreamed of events from my past. Sandrone. Traveler. I miss you all so much. Back there. I guess I managed to harness all the Kuvaki energy on Hisi Island. But how did I do it? Time is flowing backwards here, and I can use that familiar power to enter the world of the past. That mystery ally everyone talked about. It was me all along. I can sense that there isn't much more power remaining up ahead. What lies at the end of all of this? Will time keep flowing into the past? And will I ever find my way back? It's getting harder and harder to use my power. I'm no match for the Abyss in this state. I need to avoid the contaminated fragments. Time to go. I wonder where I'll find myself this time. The Final Night Cemetery. This is where Flint's is based.
Or not! How are we supposed to read through this many files?
Difficult, yes. But it is also our most efficient option.
Seems like they're searching for information. Oh, I remember. Flint and Varga talked about some files on the Wild Hunt. Was this my doing too?
To expose the true intentions of this Rerir, we need to dive into Krai's history.
Are my actions changing the past? Or are they simply completing a process? Is all of this inevitable? Or am I the one making these decisions? If I choose not to help them now, will it change how things turn out?
Hope we don't land on our heads then.
They're my friends. I can't not help them.
Ghost!
And the other one was... here.
Hey! Another file's moving!
That should do it. Luanatar? You... can sense my presence? Wait! Luanotar. So she's that familiar presence I've been sensing all along. She's always been by the Traveler's side. That explains why the Traveler has been there each time I've entered the past. But why Luanatar? Is it because she has a connection to me as the Moon Goddess's familiar? If so, why not any other Kuhenki? That's... I cannot sense any power up ahead. Just a void, stretching out into infinity. It's now or never. I have to find a way back. Easy Island? How far back in time is this? Where's Luanatar? I can't sense her presence this time.
Oh, seeing Enefa and Aino reunited like that sure was heartwarming.
Traveler, Paimon. No. Stay calm. I don't have much power left to change things. I don't even have that much time left here. Think, Columbina. How do I find a way back? A way back... to where? Do I go back to Moon Prayer Night? Or to the future that followed? And if I return in my current state, what will become of me then? Dotori's actions that day proved that he'd been planning that for a long time. He had already seized the power of 2 Moon Marrows before capturing me. Even if I managed to get back, how can I fight against him when he wields the Tri-Lune Authority? I can't. If I go back like this, I'll be playing right into his hands. I have to find some way of rivaling the power he has usurped. Wait. Time flowing backwards. The Tri-Lune Authority. Does that mean... I think I know what the final destination of this lunar reflection might be. I know what I must do.
Speaking of homes, we must already be close to where the Frost Moon Scions live. The vibe here feels different, just like the scenery.
But how do I communicate my plan to my friends? Should I write it down here? No, someone else will see it. I need something with a close connection to me. Something I can use as a medium to tell them what's happened to me in here. Now it makes sense.
Hey, what was that? I feel like some sort of breeze blew by, and then the petals suddenly turned into... Huh?
It was I who brought Luanatar into being. I gave up a piece of my own soul to create her. That's why I could sense a familiar power from the moment I entered the space. It also explains why she's been present in every past location that I've entered. Because we have a deep connection.
Hey there! What's your name?
And the reason why there are no more gates to the past after this point is that Luanatar hadn't been born then. No wonder I sensed the trace of a blessing when we first met. But I still didn't recognize the soul hidden within you. Back then, I was just a little lost dove. I had yet to become Columbina Hyposelenia.
Go on now. We've got stuff to do. Best you find someone else to hang out with.
Hey, you scared it off.
I'll be counting on you. Remember to stay by the traveler's side, guide him, and help him in my stead. Oh, and bring him to the garden where the moon prayer blossoms grow. There's a little lost dove there who will need his help. Go on. You too. Go and live your story. As for mine must go in a different direction.
How would you like to experience the thrill of never being held accountable for your actions? You could crush people like ants without consequence, or tear off their heads or limbs as you please. Believe me, such a life is but one small step away.
What point is he trying to make? Freedom? But the freedom to kill? To do evil and get away with it? Why would you offer me that?
The creation of a world is the ultimate scientific experiment. I have taken my research to the highest level, where I shall be not just a god, but also a servant to many sacred spirits. I shall heed the truth and perform holy deeds. A god's laboratory is the perfect playground, but it needs the right occupant to explore its full potential. Mortals are found everywhere one looks. Not so with Descenders. I'd prefer my first guest to be a distinguished individual such as yourself. And I know you could make the most of the opportunities it offers.
So the condition for entering the new world is to take innocent lives. The same dilemma that Rerir once faced. Could I really bring myself to kill others for my own benefit? Rerir did. And look where it got him.
Have you made up your mind?
I can't do it. Your playground is no place for me. You're putting your hopes in the wrong person. But we both know I'm not quite the hero you say I am either. I have my own reasons for the journey I'm on. And they aren't all selfless.
You've grown a lot since we last met. But there are still things you are unwilling to compromise on. This will only hinder you. Why don't I lower my requirements a little as a gesture of goodwill? I'll give you a little time to learn to be a less noble soul. That'll make things much easier for you.
I really doubt I could live that sort of life.
And yet you already sound less defiant than a moment ago. The benefits appeal to you because you can read the signs of the times. Why don't we return to my research facility? Your last visit was so rushed. There is much that I have yet to show you. Now to that question,
Heroes don't attack from behind. Guess I'm no hero.
This is most disappointing. Now then. A new face. Interesting.
You're still gonna call me Hat Guy after that, huh? I didn't see anyone else in there who needed saving. It's nothing. I'll be fine. Why are you looking at me like that? Is it that shocking that I'd come to your rescue? I owed you a favor back in Sumeru. Now we're even. Distracting Dotori was tough. I won't lie. He's not gonna fall for the same trick twice. That was my one shot. I'd hoped to use it to take him out. Ugh. I never wanted to obliterate someone more than I do right now. Dotori doesn't recognize me. But his segments were originally made based on an analysis of my operational principles. I expect it's only a matter of time before he figures out what I am.
So Dotori doesn't recognize Wanderer because he deleted himself from Irminsul. Did he really miss his only chance for revenge by saving me?
Why the long face? Hey, I'm not blaming you, okay? And I'm not complaining either. Rescuing you and killing Dotori are equally important goals. Everyone would be pretty stuck without you. It's best you live to fight another day.
How are you holding up? Are you all right? Hat Guy said to put safety first, so we agreed to run as far away as we could after leaving the energy field, and only meet up once it was safe.
You don't look injured. It seems that Dotori didn't do anything to you.
All right. Rescue operation complete. Let's head back. There's a lot more work to be done before this is over.